aí, pessoal, aqui é o Pedro, bora continuar aqui a série de Steelrising, então bora lá. Vamos terminar de conversar, ver se tem mais alguma quest aqui ainda. E a gente parte pra fazer algumas delas, porque eu acho que todas têm importância pra história, então a gente vai tentar dar esse foco aí.
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly,
Claro.
mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather, the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
Who is this heretic, mon père?
Why, Cagliostro, of course. The king's accursed confidant. The man who allowed him to raise this diabolical army.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in Heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Oh dear. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his Lapis Philosophorum.
What is the Lapis Philosophorum, mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitence door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Goodbye, mon père.
Tá, mais uma quest, caramba! É muita quest! O Lafayette a gente já sabe que tem que continuar. O Necker eu acho que não vai passar nada pra
Monsieur
gente.
Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating yet.
Don't give up, I beg you. Remember, the last time I saw my... That's in the
Ah tá,
first
não, ok, é o... Ele pediu pra encontrar a esposa, verdade. Esqueci que ele já tinha me dado uma missão. Vamos lá, falta quem? Bailey eu acho que eu não falei, vamos ver.
Monsieur Bailly.
Mademoiselle, I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
I found a document written in a script that I was unable to read.
Let me see. Ah, je vois. These pages were written using some sort of shorthand. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I'm wont to use it myself from time to time while jotting down my ideas as they come.
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult to decipher. Je crois. I believe it's an autopsy report. The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
Goodbye, Monsieur B. Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
what is prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue, which is a pigment derived from the cochineal, an insect.
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison, of the most dangerous sort. Though at weaker doses, it merely induces a deep soporific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis? Is everything all right?
How do you intend to counter the king's actions?
Unfortunately, we don't have the upper hand. For now, we can only hope to protect ourselves from him. I am convinced that something is afoot. Something that could destroy all our hopes in an instant.
You have my full attention.
You should know that I am a gunpowder commissioner. As such, I oversee the provision of gunpowder to the kingdom's arsenals, l'Arsenal de Paris in particular. For the past 2 days, a large quantity of gunpowder from Marsangy has been sitting near Les Invalides. It's in a warehouse by the factories. But the men I sent to take possession of the cargo and transport it to the Arsenal have gone missing. Do you realize what this means?
The gunpowder could have fallen into our enemy's hands.
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's enough to destroy half of Paris. Whether it is still in the warehouse or has fallen into the wrong hands, we must find it urgently. Then, if possible, we must neutralize it.
How?
Simply by placing it in contact with water. Nothing could be easier in theory, but we must find a way to flood it.
Flood the gunpowder? You're out of your mind, Lavoisier. We're in the most desperate of situations and you want to deprive us of such a valuable resource. What will our cannons use once we have formed our army of patriots?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would sound the retreat before the battle has even begun.
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it. Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Pra mim já tá óbvio, eu vou simplesmente destruir a pólvora. Porque no final das contas vai acabar que eu que vou ter que matar os robôs mesmo, então... Por bem ou por mal, vai acabar na nossa mão.
Eh bien. Do you come bearing news from Monsieur Marat?
No, not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries and he's the only person who could show you
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mention share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I am now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory. And that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid, or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
Caralho, um me joga no outro, cacete. Bailey, vai, me responda.
How was your search at the Vaucansons' home?
I found this penknife there. I was struck with a vision as soon as I picked it up. I saw Mademoiselle de Vaucanson running from the Comte de Cagliostro. This letter refers to a hiding place where she often sought refuge. It's in the Jardin du Luxembourg.
I know the place. One day, Eugène and I were walking in the Luxembourg Gardens when suddenly Athénaïs jumped out from her hiding place like a wild animal. It was a startling, almost frightening sight. The spot is on the edge of the garden, hidden by vegetation between two statues.
Would you happen to know where I could find some vitriol?
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it to polish the lenses of our telescopes. But I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory's storeroom to find out.
If you will allow me to.
Of course, madame. Here is the key.
Ah, é aquele baú que a gente não conseguiu pegar. É por isso que não deixou pegar, é tudo de missão. Eu falei com o Mirabeau, acho que eu ainda não falei com ele, né?
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Minister Necker claims that you are a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the King's chambers.
What luck could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
Por que ele precisa sair? Eles... Mano, perigosíssimo. Eu acho que ele tá indo lá antes da gente ir lá. Tá, eu vou falar com o Lavoisier primeiro, porque se ele tem acesso à pólvora, ele falou pra gente onde tá, talvez a gente não precise usar pra guerra e sim pra estourar o bagulho pra conseguir as provas.
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
I would like to access the contents of a safe that is supposedly unbreakable. Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to you, madame?
I need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of it, mon ami. Do you think I just walk around with explosives in my pockets?
Oh. I apologize. It was Monsieur de Mirabeau's idea.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
He has left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Tá, ele já falou onde tá Paul. Vamos falar com o baile.
Have you located Adonais' hiding place?
No, not yet.
Look carefully. Remember, it's on the edge of the garden.
Eu sei, calma.
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to ask you for help.
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a locksmith. I know my way around lenses, filters, racks and tripods. But I've never given a moment's thought to how a lock works. God, Monsieur de Mirabeau was joking with you, that's all. Où est-il, ce brave homme? So that we might ask him.
He has left. A matter that could not wait.
Excuse me? Do you mean he left the convent? That's madness. What was so important that he would put himself in such danger?
Intriguing indeed.
É, ele foi lá. Ele foi lá pra pegar o que tá lá. E se bobear, eu mato ele, porque eu tô tendo mó trampo aqui e ele tá fazendo essa palhaçada comigo. Eu tô falando, esse povo tá querendo morrer na mão da Aigis, não é possível, mano. Esse povo tá de sacanagem. Nossa, fiquei tanto tempo lá dentro que eu achei até bonito até o visual daqui. Tá, nossa, a gente tem tanta quest pra fazer, pelo amor. 40 mil missão diferente. Calma, tem alguma aqui? Tem. O esconderijo é aqui. Informe a rainha. Ah, o outro é na carruagem. Tá, tem que ir na carruagem primeiro de todo modo. E depois a gente vê, calma. Meu Deus, que trampo. Eu não sabia que ia ter tanta missão, cara. Só aumenta 4 pontos. E agora? Eu queria muito aumentar um pouco de HP e de engenharia para aumentar a defesa também. E até isso aqui. Para aumentar um pouco minha resistência elemental. Mas eu vou dar o foco aqui ainda na resiliência. Ainda não dá pra upar a arma, mas dá pra upar o rolê. Outra chave de módulo. Aumento no físico. Queria comprar um desse aqui pra poder upar a arma, não vai dar. Tô gostando dessa arma que eu tô. Queria upar ela mais um pouquinho. Esse aumento de dano físico talvez valha a pena. É que a imobilização tá me ajudando tanto. Eu não queria ter que trocar ainda. Eu acho que já é pra mim ter o nível 2 desse negócio de aumentar a alma. Eu tenho que tentar dar uma... Nossa, quanta quest secundária. Nossa, eu tô com 8 quests, mano. É muita quest. Que isso. Eu não sabia que o jogo tinha tanta quest. E é tudo quest que me anima pra fazer. Porque parece tudo relacionado à história principal do game. Tipo, a treta política toda envolvendo os personagens e tal. Eu acho isso muito foda. Eu tenho que upar essa habilidade aqui, porque talvez melhore o tanto que demora pra congelar o inimigo, né? Talvez valha até a pena. Aqui tem correspondência. Tá, junto a essa mensagem encontra-se uma transcrição do relatório de autópsia realizado pelo Dr. Lemonnier. Ela lhe esclarecerá as circunstâncias do óbito do seu filho mais velho, assim como a culpabilidade de seu esposo. Responder. Ah, era só isso, eu não precisava ir na rainha. Aguarde instruções. Tá, alguém 9.000. O que eu tô precisando pra upar minha arma? Mais um bloco. E 7.000. É, não dá. Todo jeito não vai dar. Mesmo se eu comprar não vale a pena. A gente pode tentar nesse esconderijo. Vamos tentar ir pelo caminho inverso. Acho que é o mais seguro, entre aspas. E upar mais em estamina. O HP até que tá dando pra passar os chefes. Eu não tenho ideia de onde é. É muito longe. Tá, eu acho que é no jardim lá, o jardim inicial mesmo do que a gente tava. Tá diminuindo. Tamo indo. Explodiu na casa do caramba, você é louco. Tá, aqui vai pro jardim. Tá, tamo quase lá. Tem um save aqui, né? É bom eu salvar, talvez. Não sei.
Adonais' hiding place. A fight took place here.
Ah, me dá uma arma ou uma armadura foda. Ah, deu o bloco que eu precisava. E uma moeda da carruagem. O que essa moeda da carruagem faz? Mano, que maneiro! Volta pra carruagem de qualquer ponto do mapa sem perder nada. Nossa, que maneiríssimo, maneiríssimo.
Franciscus Antonius. What unusual names. Whose cane could this be? Perhaps the guests of the Cordelier can enlighten me.
Nossa, eu achei muito maneiro isso. Pô, já posso usar agora, é mó longe. Ah, mas será que só tem um uso? Insta? Ah, só tem um uso. Não vale a pena usar então. Isso com certeza não vende na loja, né? Deixa eu até ver, mas eu acho que não deve vender na loja. Ah, podia ser um item. Ah, vende. Nossa, é baratíssimo, né? Ó. Vou comprar. Isso é muito prático. Gastei ali 2.000, mas pela facilidade que isso dá. Ainda mais que eu vou estar fazendo quest que eu tenho que ir muito longe. Facilita pra caramba. Tá, agora ela vai questionar de novo os outros. Oh, Deus. Só é tempo de fazer isso, eu acho. Estão tentando várias tretas aí entre o povo.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
do the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing really.
Francois Antoine, maybe?
No, nothing with that name either. I'm sorry, madame.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Tá. O cara que pediu pra gente ir lá foi o Baile, né?
Monsieur Bailly. Does the name Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
We scholars have the strange habit of adopting names from antiquity. I imagine that we're actually looking for someone named Francois Antoine. But no matter how hard I think, I'm afraid it doesn't ring a bell.
Louco, ele que pediu pra mim ir lá e não tem noção? Moço. Moço, você não quer falar comigo? Seu arrombado.
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
Ainda não,
Not
amigo.
yet.
Remember, it's by Leal, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
I found a cane inscribed with the name Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I'm sorry.
Monseigneur,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
do the four names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
The Franciscan Order, perhaps?
Go on.
Franciscus Assisiensis, the founder of the order, and Antonius Patavinus, one of its most illustrious members. I'm sorry, Aegis, but that's all I can think of.
Tá, já sabemos algo a mais.
How is your research on Nicholas Flamel going?
I have done nothing yet.
Don't take too long, Aegis. Don't forget
Calma,
that the
amigo.
tomb is in the crypt of the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, under the cemetery. The church isn't far from the Hôtel de Ville.
Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
Let's see. Francois Antoine. No, that doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid. Désolé, ma chère.
Goodbye, mon père.
Tá difícil, mano. Quem que vai ter essa informação? Esse é o grosseiro, ele não vai saber.
I'm listening, Aegis.
Franciscus Antonius. Do these names mean anything specific to you?
Francois Antoine. Hold on. Of course.
Só
That's
por
the
causa que
master
eu falei.
arquebusier who killed the beast of Gévaudan. The affair took place during the reign of Louis the Beloved, just a few leagues from the castle where I grew up. I was still a young boy, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It caused a stir all over the country.
I doubt that it has anything to do with my case.
I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that.
Monsieur Necker,
Madame?
do the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing at all. I'm very sorry that I'm of no help to you.
Ninguém. É o Mirabel que saiu daqui. Ah, filho da mãe. Ô, amigo. Vamos colaborar, amigo? Esse aí travou. Não sei agora se é com ele ou não. Deixa eu sair e entrar. Mas eu acho que é com o Mirabel e ele não tá aqui. Soubesse que ia dar essa trava na missão, eu não tinha mandado ele ainda pra lá. Tá, não tem o que fazer. Eu tenho que concluir as outras quests antes de ir atrás da informação agora. Tá, eu não posso upar, tanto faz essa parte. Tem missão em todos os lugares, meu Deus do céu. Caramba. Tá, a missão principal é aqui, mas a gente não quer na principal ainda. Eu já falei com todo mundo que tá mostrando aí. Onde que tá o bendito? É aqui que eu vou precisar vir. Eu vou precisar vir aqui. Eu preciso ir atrás do Mirabel pra voltar e questionar ele sobre o outro rolê, senão vai me atrapalhar muito continuar as quests. E saber o que tá acontecendo. Eu só não sei o que eu vou fazer com a pólvora. Eu não acho que dá pros caras adianta.
Should I go to the Tuileries to examine the safe? There may be a way to force it open. I could also go back to Les Invalides and search the area around the church where Madame Necker was last seen. I can get to the Tuileries Palace via the Louvre. Then I should be able to enter it through the courtyard.
E se eu for na pólvora primeiro? Porque se eu pegar a pólvora pra mim, será que eu consigo estourar o cofre? Essa que é a questão. Eu não sei o quão de liberdade o jogo dá pra mim. Porque se for, é mais fácil eu vir aqui. Porque a pólvora talvez libere outras coisas, outras opções pra mim usar no cofre. Aliás, que eu acho que o cara já abriu o cofre e simplesmente ou a gente vai ter que lidar com ele ou deixar ele fazer o que quiser, meio que isso. Porque senão ele não tinha simplesmente saído correndo e sem a gente ter opção.
I should be able to find a way in. By the Église Sainte-Marie. I can get back there quickly from here.
A pólvora armazenada já tá aqui? Hã? Ó.
This coat of arms. It's from the Bastille.
Opa.
It would appear that Monsieur Lavoisier's gunpowder was taken to the Bastille. Traces of gunpowder. And rolled away. These grooves prove it.
Ficou as duas quests aqui pra gente fazer. Mas tá, isso a gente faz no próximo, gente. O vídeo vai ficando por aqui. Deixa o like no canal, até a próxima. E fui.